Hi everyone, over here at the left hand side. I am now doing this. For those of you who don't really know what's going on, I've been trying to do a podcast for a few months now, and I'm someone who's kind of not willing to spend the money on, I'm not willing to spend money on the platforms, so to speak. So SoundClouds, a Spreaker, things like that, where they give you a taste of it, but then they don't really finish, or they don't really give you a good example of, just about anything as far as the podcasts are concerned. They essentially just give you a little taste and say, hey, you've run out of space on this free platform, pay for it now. And don't get me wrong, if I had the money for it, yeah. I mean, SoundCloud has been fantastic, but I'm out of space, and now they've disabled one of my things. And I keep on calling these my podcasts videos anyway. And so yeah, you are now looking at me as I'm driving home. And for those of you who know, this is how I've been doing my podcasts. This is how I've just been doing it. And for those of you who have been sticking around this entire time, I'm sorry! But I'm done. I'm just done. I should have done this from the start, so here I am. I just wanted to get myself heard, and now you guys get to see me! And it's kind of nerve-wracking because this isn't going to be your typical vlog. This is me either going to home or to work or coming from work. And it's just gonna be, this. I'm gonna talk about things on here. You're gonna see my expressions, how I'm thinking, and how I move forward from here. So, yeah, I'm not gonna link anything previously. You can find it on my Facebook or my Twitter, which is Man with Blue Fox. And yeah. So let me sort of redo how I was doing things this morning, because there were some people who had questions for me, and I think it's very important that I answer some of these questions. And I spent most of the time just talking on my previous relationships, and that was one of many of the questions that I've been receiving lately. And the biggest question that I've been getting on there, other than what have my relationships been like, and my sort of story on there, is, how do I put this? I've been asked this question a few different ways, so I don't really want to, get it incorrectly. And so, hold on. Let me put a pin on that for a minute. And for anyone who really wants to hear about my What If machine and the Articles of Confederation, I'm going to try to get all of that done by this next Saturday. Not tomorrow, but the one following that. Sorry, I had to straighten things up. But so one person has asked this question a few times, and then there were like a few other people who had different variations of this. But essentially the question is, how did I find out about me being polyamorous and me being demisexual and me being gender fluid? Because all of this relates into relationships. trust me, it does. And so, oh, by the way, feel free to just, listen to this. You don't have to watch. Stay straight. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I had a notification I wanted to clear out so I could see myself. I know. It's beautiful. So the first one was a good friend of mine. Finding out that I am gender fluid. And a friend of mine who actually is genderqueer. Well, she told me the term genderqueer, and I know that has a lot of different meanings. Essentially, genderqueer, from what I've seen, and I may be wrong on this, but from what I've seen and read up on the topic, genderqueer means non-binary. Gender fluid is a version of that, but gender fluid is sort of it's really difficult to put into words, but essentially gender fluid is for me okay, I was trying to do like the more broad. For me, gender fluid is having both, neither, and one at a time as far as gender goes. So at one moment, I could be being extremely masculine. At another moment, I could be extremely feminine. At another moment, I could be completely neutral. And then the next moment, I could be sort of a mix of the two. So to me, that's what it is. For some people, it's much more difficult. For other people, it's just simple, fluid. And so that's what it is for me. Because I am gender fluid. Like, I am 100% on that. Now, many times I lean closer to masculine, but it's a good probably 60-40 as far as that's concerned. So not too much, but enough to where, yeah, you can really tell. But that's a great thing. Now, demisexual is... Hey, look, there's someone right behind me. Y'all can see some of the bad drivers. Maybe. And I'm waiting to pass a truck. Alright. Yeah. What the heck is wrong with them? The speed's 70, dude. Anyway. Anyway, demisexual was from the same friend, but not really. She explained it to me, and yeah, so she explained it to me, and from there, it actually took me a little while to actually understand what it meant for me. Because at the time, I didn't think I was really demisexual. Because I didn't really understand it. But for me, it was a very big self-discovery thing. Because I didn't have to put it in as much mental thought into it as polyamory. But it was probably a little bit bigger than me finding out that I actually do have the capacity for polyamory. And so from there, oh, by the way, Taco Cat, spell it backwards, is Taco Cat. And for me, it was hard because I wanted to be an extremely sexual person. But with that came a lot of other things, and I was raised to, be like, sex is an awesome thing. It's the epitome of guyness, and always striving for it. And that's how I was, like, not my parents raised me that way, but that was the environment I was raised around, going through all of these schools that I went through. That was the most prevalent thing. But then when, this is really embarrassing, but when I was in 7th grade, a girl actually taught me what a virgin was, and I thought it was just an unmarried woman. Yeah. I thought the Virgin Mary was a virgin because she was an unmarried woman. So I thought the Virgin Mary had Jesus before she was born, because I hadn't actually read all of it at that point. I didn't understand it. I was young and stupid. But yeah, that's still freaking embarrassing. Anyway, polyamory for me was, well, let me stay with demisexual for a minute longer, because like I said, it was a huge deal for me. I thought I was like no longer a man at that point, because like I said, I was grown, or I grew up thinking that a guy not interested in having sex with a woman was the worst thing ever. Like, completely terrible. And now I'm kind of, So yeah, there's a bit more insight on me, and so polyamory. My wife was polyamorous, and she was in that kind of relationship when her and I started dating. Like, she had me move up from Texas to Utah to be with her on a chance with us two working out. She was already with someone else. So for her, that was just, she was in a relationship with someone, but, she wanted to be with me too. And that's the thing that really got to me. That's the thing that really opened my mind up to it, was the fact that she had someone else. She didn't need me. She chose me. And not even 3 years later, and boom, I'm married. Now, for anyone who wants to know more about polyamory, for anyone who has questions about it, ask me. I'm always willing to talk about it. All of these subjects. But polyamory was interesting, because I jumped right in as soon as I was like, okay, let's try this. And I started with someone who was, she moved in with us. Her and her husband did, and that was probably a huge mistake, because she wanted, like, her husband's an asshole. Most of the guys I've met are. But this guy was extremely controlling, and he had never let her do anything. And And so that kind of killed the relationship, even though they kept on pushing. And we eventually kicked them out because they were smoking weed in their room. And that's just, no. We had told them if they needed to smoke outside, smoke in the patio, stuff like that. But anytime they opened their door, we were bombarded with the smell of weed. And it wasn't even good weed. It was like the crappy shit. And so I still find it hilarious that people want to speed. I mean, seriously, this guy right behind me, they were going at least 10 over. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. That's why. Now, I'm going to move over now. But seriously, people who speed are actually wasting so much money. Like, I drive a Prius, as some of you know, and I've gone on this before, but I drive a Prius back and forth to work. It costs me about $40 a week. Maybe a little less, maybe 30 on good weeks. My wife, she drives a Mazda 5 to work. I have about twice as far to go as she does. But she fuels up once a week usually. I fuel up twice. I have twice as far to go, but my wife pays $30 to go the exact same that I do. Or, no, to go. So it's the same as I do, but it costs her $30 per week. So she's using a good amount of money. So 40 weeks for double. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's why I don't understand people who go the speed limit. And no, sorry, that's just going into my thing. No, the reason that's and I've gone into this before. I have done some math on this, but some people are wasting up to $1,000 a year going 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. So for me, it's not even a completely illegal thing. It's essentially, I don't want to waste $1,000 every year. You know what I can do with $1,000? I can cook really good food. I can spoil my wife and daughter. There are a lot of really good things I can do with $1,000. And trust me, I do. So if someone was doing everything the same as I am, except they were driving 5 miles over. So that's approximately $500. Approximately $500 that they are spending over me. Oh my goodness, there's this green sports car in front of me. Well, not right in front of me, because there's an SUV in front of me, and the sports car decided to stay in the right lane that was ending for as long as possible, and then zoomed on up. He passed a solid white line. I really wish I had a 360-degree camera that was like on the top of my car, and you guys saw everything, and I would just, commentate on what I'm seeing in front of me or what I'm seeing behind me, because I pay attention to everything on the road. But yeah, $500 first off, that could get me a Switch and some games. But second off, it's just... well, it's about $100 a month. Give or take. Give or take. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move back over to polyamory. Because I'm sure you guys want to hear about all of my financial and vehicular thoughts. That's why you came to me. And no. But no. But there's a lot more to it. So yeah, that's the basic on the first two. And polyamory, second relationship in there wasn't much better. It was a much better grounding, and then third one was probably the best. My first year in Utah, but that one ended partially because I moved, and partially because I kind of regret a few things with that one. I wasn't the best person out there, and I feel as though, but she ended up with someone until, Anyway, I did want to bring up something else, and this may take the remainder of the trip, because, you know what, never mind. I'm not going to bring that up right now. I'm far too emotional. But I do want to bring up a few other things. Tomorrow's video is going to be a very special one, because I think I'm going to do it in the morning. I'm not sure. But I'm also going to have a stronger focus, because today there was absolutely no focus. And like there's a cop behind me. Well, not right behind me. He was right behind me, but now he's not. Yeah, speaking of cops, I understand the cop hate. Trust me, there are a lot of bad cops out there. But there are a lot of good cops out there too. I lived a few months with a Puerto Rican officer who was freaking fantastic. His family is beyond phenomenal. He was actually like a second father to me while I was there. And I had these like really deep discussions, and yeah. So Mo, if you're watching this, I still think about you at times. No one but him and his family are gonna know. But yeah, current things in polyamory. I want to talk about that. That's what I want to end today on. I want to talk about current things with polyamory. And right now I am talking with 3 women, 3 potentials. 2 of them I see just about every day, and 1 of them I have never actually seen in person. That last one may change coming this October, because I really want to see her in October. She actually lives close to where my brother is. And I'm not going to reveal that right now, but, yeah. I don't know. Don't ask anymore with me. I mean, I've been chewing on a Zip Fizz bottle, or tube. I think I might have pica. Maybe. Adult pica. Maybe. Oh, that's just another thing to lump on there. I understand that I have a lot of labels. I am technically man, or at least my sex is male. My gender is fluid. I have long hair. I'm a nerd fighter. I am also an equal rights activist. I'm a cat owner. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm demisexual. I'm also sapiosexual. I'm polyamorous. There's a lot of labels attached to me. But for all you there, just know I'm Jay. And I'm going to leave it with that. You guys have gotten a little bit of insight on this. And I can press the stop button really easily without taking my eyes off the road. You want to see? You want to see? You want to see?